Now the Democrats are in control. They are vowing to do so much investigating. We're going to get sick of investigating if that's possible. But some in the party aren't quite sold on the idea, including former Pennsylvania Governor Ed Rendell, who wrote an op-ed for Fox News saying, quote, "It's okay to investigate as long as we spend the majority of our time legislating. If we do so, it will ensure Democratic control of the House will endure beyond the next 2 years. President Trump has vowed to adopt a warlike posture if Democrats launch those investigations. But will they be too busy fighting each other to take him on? The panel is here to discuss. From the Greg Gutfeld Show, where she serves as correspondent, and National Review Online reporter Katherine Timpf is here, along with media reporter for The Hill, Joe Concha, and Daily Caller editor-in-chief and the author of The Art of the Donald. Go buy your Christmas and Hanukkah copies now for your friends and colleagues. Chris Bedford is back. Welcome, everyone.
Hi.
So let's talk a little bit about this because, you know, Tim Ryan is basically saying we have to focus on the economy. He seems like an attractive candidate, particularly for those newly elected Democratic congresspeople from the middle of the country.
He's far too sober-minded and sensical for the television age, and the great fun that we're having with President Donald Trump, who right now versus Nancy Pelosi is basically promising a rock'em sock'em robot match with a paraplegic. It's going to be unending fun.
He wants her to be speaker so badly.
He is, to be, in the words of our college students, an effing white male, and that is simply unacceptable. You can't have that leading the Democratic Party of the future. So I think it's going to be Nancy Pelosi.
What's effing stand for?
Hey, language, family show.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Absolutely right. It is fantastic. So what do you make of the direction? Because Nancy Pelosi stood up Tuesday night, thanked a bunch of people, said let's hear it for pre-existing conditions. And, you know, she planted her flag, and people are terrified to run against her. So, but now you have people like Elijah Cummings and Jerry Nadler who are saying, oh, no, we're going to investigate Russia and Jared.
And perhaps try to impeach Brett Kavanaugh, right?
Impeach everybody.
Round two, yeah. Look, I think that Democrats often, they govern with their hearts instead of their minds, and they allow their emotions to get to them. Particularly with President Trump, they get triggered very easily. And I could see them overplaying their hand with all these investigations, just like the Republicans did in the late 90s with Ken Starr and Monica Lewinsky, because President Clinton left with a 68% approval rating because Republicans overplayed their hand. So they better watch out here, because if they go down that path, it's only going to backfire.
It's easy to do, and both sides do it. The president does it on immigration, and Democrats are going to do that with investigation. So, as a libertarian, what would you like to see here?
Well, I think that what we're going to see is going to be a lot of gridlock, because even though the Democrats, now that they control the House, they're going to try to do all the things that they said they were going to try to do while they were running. They're going to try to enact gun control. They're going to try to make health care have more government involvement in it. And then they're, of course, going to try to investigate President Trump harder. The only place where I think they might be successful is trying to investigate President Trump harder. I think that in terms of actual legislation, we're going to see a lot of bills that go nowhere, because we still have a Republican Senate.
In the House, but they're not going to go anywhere in the Senate. And even if on the off chance they do, the president will probably
Which is fine with me as a libertarian. I kind of like gridlock sometimes. Like, the less that they're able to do over there, the more I'm allowed to do over here.
Where they see eye to eye, and they do that with maybe not big entitlement programs, but certainly big spending programs.
Yeah, like infrastructure. Yes.
Practice that.
It's the I word.
Yeah.
But it sounds like Obamacare, doesn't it, with the Republicans, when they kept repealing and replacing when they knew that it would be vetoed.
Yep.
It was symbolic, and then they had the chance to do it.
And then they actually had a chance to repeal and replace, and they blew it. All right. We're going to have a lot more with the panel coming up. Throwing a send-off for Jefferson Beauregard Sessions, the Attorney General, who wanted nothing more than to take away your civil liberties. Goodbye, Jeff. That is next.
Favorite shade. 3 points, but you lied to me. Toe to toe, back to back, let's go.
Let's tessellate, baby. I don't even know what that means, but I like it. Good riddance, Jeff Sessions. The president abruptly fired and asked for the resignation of his first attorney general and one of his earliest supporters yesterday. He should have done it a long time ago. Never should have put him in there. And here's why. Beauregard expanded civil asset forfeiture, adamantly opposed criminal justice reform, wanted federal prosecutors to go after states that legalized cannabis, and did plenty of other things that would make your civil libertarian hairs curl, make you cringe. So should we all take a moment to rejoice the ousting of Sessions, or is he a victim in a very tragic Shakespearean play? The panel is back. Kat, Joe, and Chris. Chris, I will start with you.
Well, that's funny, because I feel like I lost my libertarian hairs when I started shaving. And I am maybe less pro-grass and more tear gas than everyone else in this panel. And that's actually what bothered me about Jeff Sessions. Not enough tear gas. Wasn't strong on the border.
Stick
had to
time?
back up. Yeah, by the way, and one day, and he's gone, and Snoop Dogg's already smoking a blunt in front of the White House. Jeff Sessions would have gone out there had he still been AG.
Yeah, he probably would have done horrible things to him.
I feel bad for him because he was an early supporter, a really early supporter of Trump. He put his neck out when no one else was doing so. They basically agreed and
So
everything.
did Paul Manafort.
Well, he needed the dime. Jeff Sessions didn't need that, but he didn't
Should've
get along
left
with
his
him
Senate seat.
personality
That was
style.
a really dumb
Maybe
thing
he
to
can
do.
come back for it.
Well,
I mean, he's only in his 80s. He's got another 20
This was my
years.
suggestion that Roy Moore should have dropped out of the race, and Jeff Sessions should have quit and moved back to Alabama as the write-in.
Yeah, if Roy Moore
could've
would have
won.
listened to that, that would have been great.
Yeah.
He can do that in 2020, though.
Yeah,
That's
he
when
could.
Jones is up already.
Yeah, that's
right?
true. Yes, because he was only finishing the term, and
That's
Jeff
right.
could be like, "It's like Dallas, and everyone's still alive, including Bobby." All right, Kat.
Well, I'm just concerned now that he's gone, who's going to prevent all of us from dying of weed?
Yeah,
right.
Well, weed is as bad as every other drug in the world.
It's terrible. People are dying all over the place.
Yeah.
So I think that, we should be really concerned. In all seriousness, no, he's a civil liberties nightmare. He wanted to not just continue the drug war, he wanted to ramp it up.
Yeah.
He wanted to increase efforts to incarcerate people
creating
for making
more refugees and more asylees from places like Honduras.
Yes, absolutely.
El Salvador.
And taking people away from their families for their own decisions of what they decided they wanted to put into their own bodies. Also,
Or who they want to put in their own bodies.
He wanted to also limit and reduce legal immigration, not just illegal immigration, but legal immigration.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
I just say, girl, bye. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Don't let the door hit you where the Lord split you. Chris Christie will be your next Attorney General. Brought to you by
good, no.
Nabisco.
No.
I think we can all agree with that. Chris, Joe, and Kat, great to see you guys. Topical Storm is next.